Okay guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make this video. I'm building my second tiny home tricycle. And I've been trying to find the right way to make the video, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. This is the bed extension from my last tiny home. My last tiny home is right here, Chiga there, and it would stick out right there, that extension. And that piece of plywood was given to me for free when I was in Zenita by the family who watched my bike for me for 5 months. I got this suitcase right here off of Facebook Marketplace for £3. These are 5mm bolts. I took one out to test it and see the measurements. So there's a wood piece on the inside of here. So I'm going to use that part as the awning for the back part. So when I'm walking, it'll cover me like that way. So this way. So this will be like the awning, and this will be flat this way, and then I will be up under this part, and then there's still the pockets and stuff. So I'm going to attach that to the inside of the door, and I'm going to use this to put my clothes in. And the measurements for this is 55 centimeters by 82 on the outside and about 80 on the inside. And the measurements for this, which is going to be my front and back, is 60 centimeters wide and 80 centimeters tall. So it's the perfect accompaniment to this. So I'm going to attach the outside of the suitcase where the big pockets are, and I'm going to put it here. And then when I go in to get my clothes, it'll like come up this way and be an awning and a storage section. This is MDF, and it's going to go on the back side where I'll be walking. So I'll be walking like this, and this piece will be facing me. And then these are picture frames. I'm going to have canvas attached to wood. The wood is 40 millimeters by 20 millimeters. So I'm going to disconnect the staples. Then I'm going to reuse the canvas. I want to use it. I will tell you it's a surprise, but I'm going to take it apart so I can have an opening to come in and out. And this opening is 52 centimeters across and 72 centimeters wide. This is the third wheel that I'm going to be using. I already tested it with these two upcycled tent poles. I put tent poles in here like this, to check and make sure that it rolled in the right direction, and it does. This is a side mirror that I found on the side of the road when I was walking to Dufftown. If you watch some of my videos, you may have seen me. I was in Scotland wild camping and taking a woodworking class, which I made these two mallets by hand when I was there, and I found this on my way to the woodworking class. So I'm going to use this to help keep me safe, and also as like my beauty section. Then I have all kind of fasteners. I have my brackets. I have my rebar, which is here. I have my wood. I have my bamboo. I have my, like I said, bed extension. I'm upcycling this old, there's the gecko, this old tire, and all these vegan milk containers. I'm upcycling that. That's my bivy tent. That's my repair kit. I'm upcycling this, and also I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do everything. These hoops are going to be, I'm going to cut them this way. And then, so instead of 2, I'll have 4 sections. So I'm going to make like a hoop on top. And then I'll have one left, and I'll use that in the middle, and then put 2 others, because this is 60 centimeters across, and that's the same width as this. So when I cut those in half, I'll be able to do like this with them. And so that'll give me an extra 30 centimeters of height, so I can stand up inside my tiny home. And also that matches that. And then I'm going to cut the wood on this in the middle, and use an old, I'll show you. This is an old food container, so I'm going to use this as my window, and I'm going to cut this out and put it here like that. So then I'll have like a skylight. This is going to be over my head when I'm laying down, and then it'll cut some of the weight out of here. But then I'm going to take the cutout part, and this lasted 3 years. I use these nails. You see they're all rusting out, but this lasted 3 years like this, and the nails are still in here. So I'm just going to take the nails out, throw this away, and then cut this part out. And then I'm going to use this part, and you're going to see how I'm going to use that on the back side of my tiny home. So this is what I'm doing. I just wanted to get started. Let me pause and show you one of the posts that I'm going to use. I'm going to use this, and this across is 40 millimeters like this. So this is going to be facing out. So I'm going to do like this and attach that, but it's going to be on the bottom. And then I'll have this space, and I have 10 centimeters width on either side left. And you'll see what I'm going to do with that. It's all in my head, guys. So I'm just trying to give you the rundown of how I use trash and old things to make a new home. And I got these for like 10 euros each. And this was about 6 or 7. This I already had. This is upcycle. This I got for free when I did my class. I don't know what those dots on there are, but it's freaking me out. Looks like mold. Yeah, the suitcase, and then I can cut this part out. I'm going to use this upcycle this handle too. And I'm going to upcycle this part. And like I said, I'm using this for storage. So I'll show you everything when I'm doing. I just wanted to make the initial video. I'm the only one here. So some other guests, but they left. But yeah. So I'm using this time and the water is back on, so I can wash my clothes, wash my body, and just clean everything. So yeah. But this is Chiga, and a good portion of the stuff I can upcycle from Chiga to put into my new tiny home. So yeah, and those are my microgreen trays that I got this for free from a junkyard. So I'm going to use that for the bumper, and also so like when I need to change the wheels on my tiny home, I can bend the tiny home forward, and then that rubber piece, I'll show you, it can provide the cushion. You see, it's an old piece from a car heater. So, and it's got about a 3.5 centimeter width or diameter. And then I'm going to use that for the bumper in the front, plus these pieces in here. Inside of the suitcase, they have these pieces right here, and they come out. I pulled one out already. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's here. And I'm going to use that like curved in the front. So that tire, that car heater part is going to be, I'll show you. The car heater part is going to be like here, and then these are going to be on the corner like this, and then the tiny home is going to be there. And then I'll show you the base for the tiny home. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for 40 euros here in Herceg Novi, and the lady gave me a ride back, so you know I paid for the ride. But okay, the table only costs 40 euros. So this is what I meant. It's 80 centimeters by 120 centimeters. And I'm going to cut this middle part out and replace it with that part. So this part is not going to be nailed down. I'm going to use it for my roof on top of the 80 by 60 piece when I'm moving. And then when I'm sitting down, I'm going to take this piece out and replace it right here. And then that'll be my bed. And then I'll have like those two pieces to go over top to replace this piece. So it'll be lightweight, because as you build up, you should get lighter. And then as you build away from yourself and away from the axle, you should get lighter. So like 60% 40% 0, 60, 40, 0 for the height. If the like the, what am I trying to say? Like my center of gravity, and I'm basically like the force that's pushing the tiny home, my tiny home, because I'm going to be pushing it on 3 wheels instead of having that cycle part in the back that Chigo has. So the further away from me that the tiny home is, the less weight should be on it. So like right there in the back, so this is going to be like the back. Right here, I'll have like the supports and stuff right here. And then that's going to be the front where the bumper is and where this piece is, so that when I need to change the wheel, I can do that. And then that'll be, I'll put the least amount of weight. But also that third wheel, that yellow wheel that's right there, that you see right there, that's going to be in the front. And I'm building the axle for that now. And then I'm going to bring the other pieces up, and I'm going to make a spot for the axle here and there for the 2 wheels. And my other 2 wheels are here. I'll show you if you can see through the window. They're here. You see it there. Hope you can see through right there. You see them there. So yeah, I just need to get the tires and the inner tubes for them, because I don't want, I'm upcycling this for something else. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'll take pictures and stuff as I go along. And yeah, I think that's, I didn't notice those dots on there before. But yeah, okay. That's what vinegar is for. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. And this square, this measuring tool was already here, so I'm using that. But I have my own hammer. There's a saw that was here. I'm going to use that to cut the pieces today. I'm going to cut pieces, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into this so that I can slide this in and make a bed extension. So that, like, this will be this is 80, but these pieces and the rebar, this rebar here that connects it, is 100 centimeters. So the 100, it'll come out like this. I'll show you. Like this. Like here. So like this. So the piece, and then this extension will come out on the rest here. Like that. So I need to cut an opening for that. So that's what I'm going to do today. I just wanted to show you guys. But yeah, that's it. Because I need to get started with it. And I want to document my journey. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah. I love y'all. Ciao for now.